If you know the block, you know the beat. In Oak Cliff, a track called Southside Cipher climbed from a backyard cipher to a platinum storm. But the night it hit number one, the producer vanished. A stash drive went missing, and a gunshot cut straight through the chorus. Meet Nova Gray, beat architect, sample whisperer, hoodie up, eyes down, and Cade Southside Marlowe, rapper with a preacher's cadence and a hustler's schedule. They built Southside Cipher in a rented room above a laundromat, threadbare carpet, monitors on milk crates. There was always a third chair, V, Nova's younger sister, an engineer who mixed with patience and eyes that caught lies. She kept an archive, time-stamped stems, invoices, voice memos. Her rule, if it's not on the drive, it didn't happen. That rule would save lives and almost end hers. A late-night loop, church organ, subway rattle, a choir that sounded like thunder in a bottle. Cade wrote the hook in 12 minutes flat. Nova stacked drums like bricks. V smoothed the edges. By sunrise, Oak Cliff had an anthem. With heat came buzzards, promo sharks, faux A&Rs, and a one-sheet contract from BLVD Records, a boutique under a bigger shark. The paper talked family, partnership, tour support. The split? Fuzzy. The clause about ancillary masters? Fuzzier. V found a problem. The organ loop traced to a 1976 Gospel 45, Walk Me Home by Sister Eloise Ward. Out of print, rights unclear. Boulevard said, ship it. We'll clear it in post. V said, post is where lawsuits live. Nova promised to handle it tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. The single hit Friday, streams exploded, TikToks multiplied, and Nova's phone glowed like a stove. The hood sang it at cookouts. DJs looped it till the sun gave up. Then came math. Lawyers counted pennies into dollars into silence. Boulevard's rep, Dino Vale, wanted the project files, all the stems. He said it was for insurance purposes. V replied, then insure the sample first. Dino smiled without teeth. Dino set a listening session at the off-ramp, a shuttered auto shop turned midnight venue. He wanted Nova. He wanted the drive. He texted a time that wasn't on flyers and a door that wasn't the main. Cade was writing his own storm. Feature invites, brand deals, a DM from a player who could move records like weather. But he heard whispers. The paperwork's crooked. The sample ain't cleared. Watch your back or sign it away. He told Nova, we bigger than one record, bro. Don't fold. 11:40 p.m. The side door, metal and mean. V waited in the car, engine off, notebook out. Nova walked in with a backpack. Inside, a handful of silhouettes. Dino. Two security who looked more like debt than protection. Dino said, BLVD takes master ownership. You keep points. We push radio. We fix the sample. But I need the original stems tonight. Nova replied, without clearance, we dead in the water. Dino responded, you on a yacht, you just ain't looked up yet. V texted, if they force the hand, leave. I have mirror backups. Nova put the backpack down like a weight he wanted to set free. Security stepped in. Something metal. Something stupid. One gunshot punched through the beat, bleeding in the next room. The venue swallowed it like a secret, but secrets leak. V ran at the sound, reached side door B. Locked. Inside, shouts, a muffled curse. Then silence. When the door opened, everyone wore their most innocent faces. Nova was gone. Misunderstanding. He bounced, Dino said. V's eyes roamed the floor. The faintest smear near the table leg, a footprint leading nowhere. By dawn, Southside Cipher hit number one on the platform charts. V drove home in a car that felt suddenly too small. She opened her backup. But a folder was empty. The organ stem, gone. Her voicemail blinked. Nova, 2 hours before the meet. If anything goes left, find Sister Eloise. The sample ain't just a sample. He sent an address in South Dallas. Sister Eloise lived in a parsonage with lace curtains and a radio that only found gospel. She knew the song, knew the record, knew why a beat could start a storm. Walk Me Home wasn't just a hymn. It hit a B-side, recorded live after the service by a deacon with a shoebox recorder. On the back of that tape were voices, names about a neighborhood slush fund that would embarrass men who still held office. Someone had been hunting that B-side for years. Nova had found a clean copy from a flea market. The organ loop he used was from the chorus, but he'd sampled a breath from the B-side too, a fraction of noise carrying a whisper. V realized the problem wasn't royalties. It was leverage. Sister Eloise pulled a ledger, careful as scripture. These men paid for studio time and never asked for credits. They wanted the master to vanish. The names were a bridge between music and money and old sins. V called Cade. He'd heard the street talk, a municipal grant turned piggy bank, laundering through dummy nonprofits and arts initiatives. That B-side caught them on a hot mic 49 years ago. If Dino got the drive, BLVD could destroy the stem and own the master. If the City Wolves got it, the tape would vanish. V needed a third path. V brought Sister Eloise to the one place a city won't raid at dawn, a choir loft. Cade met them there, hat low, hoodie up. He said he'd postpone shows and go dark. Music can wait, truth can't. V pitched a sting, leak a fake stem with a watermark, enough to bait Boulevard, enough to make the City Wolves show their teeth. Meanwhile, she'd seed the true B-side with 3 journalists and 1 old prosecutor who hated being retired. The fake stem, 6 organ plus a staged whisper, 7 landed in Dino's inbox via an anonymous tip. Within an hour, a burner number buzzed V's phone with a location and a price. Bring the original, 20 grand and peace. Peace is just another word in a city like this. Midnight at a riverside warehouse. Air smelling like cold metal and old secrets. Cade streamed his location to 3 people and set his phone to upload if anything cut the signal. V wore a recorder under a denim jacket. Sister Eloise prayed. Dino walked out first, hands empty. 2 shadows followed behind him, their hands not empty. You brought the master? V asked, holding up a drive with the fake stem. Dino smiled, then the City Wolves stepped in, men whose names V had read in that ledger. V said, you don't want a drive. You want what it says, and 5 people have it already. Touch me, it spreads. Cade stepped forward, voice steady. We can talk deals if you want, but first you gotta explain why your names appear inside old tapes. One man, older, suit too clean for a midnight meet, sneered, you kids don't know the half of it. Delete the files and we make all of this go away. V rejoined, erase history, not my style, but